I'm also curious, because I was at an event this weekend and I've had no time to play like any games. Have any of us played any games on Detachment at all?
No, no.
I
I
have played a Theory Hammer game, but not an
Okay.
actual.
Sweet, let's go. That means no, by the way.
I
Yes, it means no.
I ran a casual event where I banned the top half of detachments, and I brought a steel hammer list as the ringer, and then no one played me on it. So I have built a list and brought it, and I have not put it on the
Listen, we
table.
have got zero not doing what are the strategies?
So
okay.
I've built a 2,000 point list and like gone, this would go here, this would go here, this is the play pattern, and then never played
Yeah.
again.
That's about
That is also what I did.
Because
This is-
guys, look, I have 1 month before Yark gets sent to the trash can. Okay, I gotta play every game I can.
One dude, you've got like a whole week. What do you-
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
You do not need to read the rules. I will read them for you.
Oh, let's go, dude. This is
Don't worry,
Team
there
England.
aren't any.
Dude, this is Active England. I don't have to read any of my rules. People just explain it all to me. What kind of stuff? This is great.
Yeah.
What
Now,
I
so
mean,
remember,
know.
like Gus can do these. No reading is involved.
dude, Gus is like, you know when you have like a pet monkey. That is the best way to describe it. It's just like a pet monkey that sometimes just goes rabid, and you gotta like.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Roundtables. I'm Joshua Joshi Howard. I have three illustrious guests with me, the people that I think are most likely to play these big tanks than just about anybody else in the world. Right above me, I have David Purcell, who my favorite quote ever is, of course, he's only got 5 leaving Russes. I don't think this qualifies as Russ spam yet. How are you doing today, David?
Yeah, this detachment's not good for rust spam. So
So what are you doing here? This was the main
I don't know.
Thorn hater for most of the edition.
yeah,
Nice.
I'm doing good.
Up in the top right, I got Nassim Fouchane. Another great quote I've heard about him is he loves playing the biggest possible guns. And Nassim, this lets you play the biggest guns we have in the guard.
Dude, this is great. You can read the rules to me as I find out which Titanic tank to take, which Beyblade variant. This is great.
It's great. Off to my right, we have Wesley St. Hines, aka Nemo the Fish, coming in, and I could think of nobody better suited to talk about big tanks than the man who has run 200 infantry for the past year and a half. Wesley, how
Yeah.
you doing with this?
For everyone's sake, Joshi didn't find out until 5 minutes ago that I even own a Baneblade.
It's true.
So that tells you where we are. No, I'm super excited. I think this one will be more fun to talk about than the other one, in all honesty.
Ooh, interesting. That's a hot take. I know we got some people who are very excited to talk about that, but gamers,
Oh, that's because that one's playable.
I do want to start off on the right foot with everybody. I know I asked you guys before
That's
we started
best.
recording, but could you everybody hold up the number of fingers for the number of games that they've actually played on this detachment?
There's no fingers getting put
Oh,
up. It's just like there's no fingers.
There are no fingers at all. Nassim, you played like so many games, but you haven't actually been playing that much guard recently. What have you been doing instead?
I've been playing a lot of Tau against my will.
You seem to be doing quite well with it.
It's okay. It's basically like guard with like extra steps.
Yeah,
Ish.
fair enough.
Yes, if you look at it close enough, there's like vehicles everywhere. Their vehicles get to fly though, which is nice.
And they fall back and shoot.
That's a concept I don't know about, dude. Never heard about 9 guard. 2.5 years of guard. Never been able
Never
to fall back
seen
and
that.
shoot. So
Yeah.
so Graves is like mind blowing.
Very good. Well, let's go ahead and get into it, everybody. We're talking about the Steel Hammer today, which is, of course, the one that has all of the Bane Blades, all of the Super Heavies, and we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I told Nas he didn't need to read the rules at all before that. We'll go ahead and read them, but I'm going to throw the first one to him. We'll talk about the Detachment rule, the Ceaseless Cannonade. Each time an Astra Militarum Titanic or Squadron unit from Army is selected to shoot, you get the Vindicator rule. You get to shoot at your feet as long as there's nothing else there. You don't have the... You don't have the hit penalty for shooting into your own engagement. The weird thing is that when doing so, when you're shooting at your feet, you do not suffer the hit roll. But it becomes very kind of unclear as to whether or not you still have the hit roll penalty when shooting other things. But basically giving our entire tank fleet the Vindicator roll. Nas, this seems not bad.
Bane sword,
Bane
Quake
sword,
cannon.
Quake cannon.
D6+6, ignore cover blast, dude.
Just do it
AP4
right at
damage
your
4.
feet. What?
Just right now, that one.
Yeah, Nemo, you don't seem quite as convinced.
I actually think this is what kills the detachment.
Really?
Well, and the reason I say that, it's the same reason Hammer has issues and like Siege has issues, right? He's like, you look at the stratagem package and you're like, this is actually kind of good, right? But the reality of like Guard is so much of our power is front loaded into our army rule and our detachment rule, just like
Yeah.
all of it is, right? You're talking like 17% of your hits are lethal. So you have plus 17% save chance. You reroll 17% of your fails. Those are huge rules to have. And this is just not on that level of power. It's the cool rule, and it's going to help you with the no fallback and shoot thing, but it is like objectively a weaker rule.
Yeah, it's the weakest one out of, I think, almost all of the other ones, right?
But it means I can frontline my Bane Blades.
Yeah, and then have 17% less hits, which means your opponent will still be in combat with you.
Dude, just take a Scout Sentinel, reroll those ones.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I like the way that he's thinking.
That's what I mean, dude. What's we taking tanks here? Squadron. You can shoot you can even take plasma cannons and shoot the combat.
That's true.
Squadron keyword.
Yeah.
The other big part of this is, of course, that we can take our Astromilitary Titanic, aka all of our super heavies, and give them the character keyword, or up to one or more, as many as you want, as many character Bane Blades as you want. It'll come up really important in just a moment. What's up?
And this is really important because now when your opponent takes Bring It Down, they can also take Assassinate.
I was thinking just that. Like how many
The other thing,
yes.
the
Yes,
other thing
that's
that
how
I
it
was thinking was also it just makes this army incredibly vulnerable to exactly the Deceiver. Just like points at a tank, it's like 8 mortal wounds. I do not care about the invulnerable. I do not care the tech-based engines here. Let's go ahead and talk about the enhancements. Dave, we're going to throw the first one to you. We have Battalion Commander, Astromilitarum Titanic character model only. The bearer gets to issue orders. They give 2 orders to Astromilitarum Titanic and squadron units.
If this detachment's gonna work, it's because of this, I guess. But like, I don't know. I think this is just here so you can make a Fortress of Arrogance proxy and have it work. It's you can have a Baneblade arrive out of reserves and get orders, which is funny, and order a second Baneblade. So
It also came out of reserves.
yeah, so this is a key part of the really stupid combo that I think is the only useful thing to do with this detachment. But I don't think it's good.
That's totally fair. Let's go
Can
ahead and
Leon just order Bane Blades?
He can.
Leon just can, yeah.
You can.
There you
So
go,
He
dude.
lost
Yeah,
it.
dude,
He got
yeah.
it back.
Yeah, dude, you can put him in reserves and then bring him in. He'll order a Bane Blade. What do you mean?
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
This is
Yeah.
the I didn't want to pay for Yarick tax.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take the best character in the game. That's what I'm
It's
gonna
a
do.
tax. It's a
Yeah,
tax.
the tax. I'm just like, I don't know if it's tax.
All right, we'll throw the next one over here to Wesley. Another one, Titan Killer, Astromilitarum Titanic character only. So again, only Bane Blades. Each time you make a range attack, you can re-roll the damage.
It's nice. You're gonna write your list, be like, shoot, Guard really hates things that are 55 points or less, and then you're gonna throw Battalion Commander in this in. I am a huge Bane Sword fan, which does not have really rerollable damage, and so I'm not a big fan of this, but on the ones it's good, it is really good.
They all have 4 las cannons. At least you're getting something.
You don't take the Flamers?
You get them in
You get
addition.
las.
No, yeah.
Not only has Wesley played 0 games, he has not read the Baneblade data.
I know what it does.
Nice.
Dude, if it tells you how my optimization brain works, mine didn't have 2 of the last cannons that I could not put 2 of the sponsons on the tank so that I could move more for like easier on the table.
Wow.
So
This is the guy who's trying to say, like, let's take the multi-belters off the door and so I can be holy within the terrain piece.
Oh, dude. If you ever say that ever again, ever, dude, that
Dude, it
multiverse
shoots
is
from
like the only,
24.
dude, the only thing that makes people even remotely respect like the dodge shooting is like, oh, the more the motor might go through. It's like it's not it's not those cannons. It's like, oh, 1 second. Oh, you've got you've got a land raider on that objective. Yeah, I'm really scared of that AP2 cannon, not the AP4 D6 plus 2 damage with the reroll damage.
When we go back to points per war gear, all those sponsons are coming off. Okay.
I hope not. Mine are all glued in.
Yeah. When
All right,
Dorns
well,
go back to 200 points, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're going to throw
While
this
we're
next one to
discussing
you.
sponsons. Oh wait, we don't want to go over the 1-3 sponson setup.
Oh, God.
Nothing
talk
says
about
you
that
have to
for a
do
minute.
2 and 2 sponsons.
Oh, God. That's horrifying. Anyway, back to NAS. We have Engine Speaker, Astromilitarum Engine Seer model only. Each time you hit something with the 4-up invul and heal them D3, you get to add +3 move to that unit.
So you can go +6 with an order, basically.
You can go 18 inches with your Baneblade.
It's just it's not gonna land anyway. It's just what is it going? What is it? That sounds great. No, wait, no. I'm gonna move. Oh wait,
There's a
Load
guy
book.
there.
there's like a singular model right there where I want to be. I can't Overwatch because I'm Titanic. It's gonna be there. Sucks to suck.
I mean, this is the magic number, though, if you don't want to move through walls, because this tells you my level of autism. But 18-inch move on a Baneblade is the exact amount where you can be off the 6-inch wide WTC terrain, walk up to the terrain, climb 2.7 inches, go over it, go down 2.7 inches, and actually have that be a legal move.
Yeah, but can you physically fit there on some of those boards when you go down?
Well, I'm first offender, so yes.
Yes, acidity. Of course.
Of course. All right,
What a dumb question.
David, as the Assault Rifle Chimera aficionado, we're going to go ahead and throw this next one. After Assault Hatches, Astromilitarium Titanic character transport model only. Each time a unit disembarks from the bearer after it has made a normal move, that unit is still eligible to declare a charge. We could fit so many Bullgrain in a single Storm Alert.
You can fit Bulgaren, you can fit, I don't know, like there might be a good character to lead a bunch of Cadians jumping out. That could be useful. You can stack it with the previous one, drive 18, disembark, charge. Like you can just cover the whole board turn 1 with a Storm Sword or Storm Lord.
Dude, what you could do,
Lord.
and this is the real tech. You could just put like loads of Death Corps engineers in there, disembark them, give them trench clubs, and floor the mines. For mines, grenades, and then you charge. You've really
not
killed the
bad.
thing.
Look,
You could
killed
put a
it's
I think the
You could do
And it's
30
only
Cassican.
700 points?
Oh no, something else. No, I remember this because I was looking at this about a while ago. About a while ago, I mean, like over a year ago. You can have that, and you can have 18 Ogrons inside, and then you can because they'll all have firing deck.
Mhm.
So they'll all have that, and so you can disembark all of them, and when you really want to, and just charge. I don't know if it's good, but like it's like 700 something points.
There's also a lot of heavy bolter shots coming out, which is very fun, especially when you're moving 18 inches directly at them.
Yeah.
The issue I've
Yeah,
had in Theory Hammer is that like our best transport Baneblade is the worst Top Gun Baneblade. And so it always makes it hard for me to justify the two.
But it's very fun.
But that one scout squad that you can draw a line to is the deadest scout squad.
When I put my 80 shots of 512 into 5 scouts and worry if I'm actually going to kill them after they smoke.
Dude, like I said, they're going to smoke an AOC. I don't know if it's getting sketch. Hit on 5s, no rerolls. Shit's getting real sketch there.
It's like unironically only like 14 wounds. They like actually might live.
I wasn't joking. They might live. They hit on 5s. And
That's why
It's
you get
also
out charged
assuming I'm
after.
within 9
That's why you need
inches
the assault
around.
range charge.
Then you're not getting firing deck.
no. You're missing out on the real thing. They're going to reactive move behind the wall. And then
You
and
don't shoot them
charge
anyway.
range.
Oh boy. Very exciting. All right, let's go ahead and get into the stratagems for this one, because this is where some of the real juice is. We're going to come right back to you, Nas. Engine of Wrath for 1 CP. In the fight phase, you can give one of your Astromilitarium Titanic units an additional 6 attacks. So I believe that puts you up to 12. And you get AP2 on all the attacks. You get 12 attacks, and I think it's 8-2-1 for 1 CP on one of your Blades.
Hitting on 4s.
Shh, we don't need to talk about that. You can you can fix bayonets on your Baneblade.
Fix bayonets to the tank.
You know what, dude? Probably not the worst strat there. I haven't read the others. It's probably not even the worst strat there, and I haven't read the others.
My favorite part about this stratagem is that it assumes that you're gonna like overkill the thing because it has like a clause that says each time you fight you have to target that one unit. Like there's any unit in the game that this strat will actually kill.
Like, if you want to, just in case you want to split those attacks, dude. Just in case you want to split those attacks. Let's not get crazy now. There might be
Remember,
free
Wesley, after your
scouts.
bolters, don't kill the scouts.
I just for everyone who's like, is it really this bad? Mathematically, you struggle to kill one Marine with this stratagem.
Is it really that bad?
You should kill one Marine. You should struggle to kill the second. You
Okay,
should hand them
that's
like
fair.
4 saves. Yeah, it's bad.
That sounds a little bit closer. I thought you'd get one for sure. But with that, let's go ahead and
No.
come right next to you, Nemo, we got imposing arrival for 1 CP in the reinforcement step of your movement phase from the second battle round onwards. So you can't do this turn 1. You can take a military and Titanic unit from your army that is in reserves. You can set up that unit on the battlefield wholly within 8, so you can actually do things, and more than 6 inches horizontally away from all enemy units. And it doesn't say you can't charge.
Yeah. So this is the cool one. This is arguably the best stratagem we have. Because we don't need the one that will come up later because we move 18. But I do like that it's the bare minimum, because for anyone who doesn't know, a Baneblade is like 7.1 wide. So this is the bare minimum where we're allowed to come in and still be eligible to shoot. But like it is actually a good stratagem. However, it's terrain dependent. And so when we get all the new photos of everything, it'll either actually let the detachment C play or kill it. For WTC and UKTC, the stratagem changes nothing because the boards are dense enough where you just don't care. For GW, the boards are open enough where this is actually a pretty nice stratagem.
Yeah, very importantly, on layout 1, the crates are 6 inches. So if you arrive, you can't see past the crate. But this comes in 8 inches, so you can see around the layout 1 crate.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. That is true.
For sure. And then when you tell your opponent that, they're going to do this really cool thing where they go, what do I have to do to not let you shoot me? And you're going to be like 0.2 inches in.
Yeah. I really like the combo of this and then the Engine of Wrath, because you come in 6 inches, you take your 6-inch charge, and then you hit them with 12 attacks at 8-2-1.
So for 2 CP, I can kill 1 more Marine.
Yes!
And move the Baneblade 6 extra inches.
Hey, it might be 12.
Right into their loving arms. Gotcha.
All right, David.
You just really need to help them out to make sure they don't throw their charge,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, we couldn't Overwatch with it anyway, so it's fine. David, coming back to you. Adamant Team Behemoth for 1 CP. In our movement or charge phase, you take an Astromilitarian vehicle, it's not Titanic limited, that has not been selected to move or charge. And if you do, until the end of the phase, whenever you make a normal, advance, or charge move, notably not a fallback, you can move through terrain features.
Yeah, that's necessary if you ever want to try and pretend to play on WTC with this.
Well, moving 18, Nemo already said we can go over half the wall.
Dude, it's exactly. But the best part is that you can combo that with the other thing. So you can just go, hammer, dude.
If you have 5 CP turn 1 somehow, you can get a Stormlord and a bunch of Volgrin in their deployment zone turn 1.
Dude, you have Leontis. Well, ignore the fact that Leontis is off the board at this moment. You have Leontis.
and then you also need 3 more than just like
context. All right? Context, dude.
Yeah.
Just ask your opponent for some.
Can I borrow some?
Hey, dude, my attachment's really bad. Can we just ignore that I need all these CP?
You just go into debt, you pay it off over the rest of the turns because you already won turn 1 with this.
Genius.
I don't know if you won, but let's not get ahead of ourselves.
This stratagem does upset me naming wise, just because it's whoa, god, I did the thing. Camera, zoom out. There we go, good. For anyone who doesn't know, my cool little camera when I do an L zooms in. So there you go, beautiful,
Perfect.
But this stratagem is 100% identical to Hammer the Emperor's stratagem, but they have different names and different flavor texts, and that upsets me. But that's a very side note.
Hey man, this isn't as bad because the roundtable I'm going to do later for Armored Infantry, there is a second enhancement named Grand Strategist.
Yep.
Which is worse because they do different things.
Dude, I saw that. That made me mad.
Yeah. I really hope. I really hope that the DP they won't be, but that the DP costs are just enough where you can be like, this guy has Grand Strategist. By the way, this guy has Grand Strategist.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna save Nas because I want to tell him about this stratagem, and then we'll hit him with the reveal at the end. So we're gonna go to Nemo, Shattering Salvo for 1 CP. Your shooting phase just after a Titanic unit is shot, you target the Titanic unit, and afterwards the enemy unit can't have cover after you shot.
So this is like clearly the best stratagem in the book, because as we've already mentioned, a Baneblade actually doesn't kill 5 scouts. And so after you shoot the scouts and don't kill them, your Rogel Dorn right behind, no cover, smoke a bitch, right? And so it's going to be really, really good.
What about, keep in mind, this Rogel Dorn doesn't have any multi-melters, right? So, like,
So it needs to ignore
your
cover.
opponent, no. So now, like, your opponent's not got a Rhino, and you're like, damn, I need this strat to, like, maybe hurt it for the next Demon Rush behind me to get it.
Next
Yeah.
Demon Rust, next Rogel Dorn. What are you guys talking about? The second Baneblade.
It is actually like
Okay.
decent. I mean, the use case always is going to be one of 5 bolters go there, no cover, second thing smokes it. It's just weird because it's an ignore cover strat that goes into the second thing you want to die, which isn't on most go turns isn't gonna feel noticeable, but like it is gonna be annoying just a little bit.
It's not the worst stratagem out there. But David, we're going to come at you. We got Withering Firepower for 1 CP. Your shooting phase, just after any vehicle in your army has shot, you target the vehicle that just shot, and your opponent must take a Battle Shock test subtracting 1.
Yeah, so when you're planning your charge, you really don't want them to interrupt when the second Baneblade hits. So battle shocking so that you can make sure both Baneblades fight is really important.
Perfect. Great combo.
I don't know why you'd ever do this.
I think if the stratagem was just like everyone within 3 inches becomes battle shocked, I still wouldn't use this every game.
Yeah.
It is like Guard doesn't care about battle shocks. It's objectively an honest like front to back army. We don't. It's just we play honest Warhammer.
We don't benefit from battle shocking people. We've got no rules to interact with that shit. You're just battle shocked.
Like I would use this stratagem like 1 out of 20, whatever the number of factions in the game is, just so that when my Nids opponent makes me shock 90% of my army, I can be like, "Ha, you too," you know.
And then he has 3d6, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, he won't be
only in Synapse, which his army definitely doesn't have that much of.
He won't be in Synapse. I promise you. You play with Sam and you ask Sam, so what's your Synapse? Like, all at the back. Discords, right here.
I think
I will
the
say.
only time I would ever actually use this is if I was trying to turn off a heroic, and that is probably it.
But like,
gotta make sure
there's
Angron doesn't
much
heroic the Baneblade.
trash.
I
So much trash.
I would, yeah, I was gonna say I would rather just save that CP.
I
maybe.
agree, but
Or like for tank shock. Dude, for tank, just charge it. Like, the heroic, you tank shot, you roll 13 dice, you're like, you're gonna take 6 more wounds, dude. I
yeah.
can feel it.
That's my other favorite part about the first strat is that mathematically you should never use it because tank shock is always more damage.
True.
No, Nemo, that's 1 of the 5 CP you're going to spend turn 1 as you take their home.
You will have it for turn 2. All right, Ass, I do want to come to this next one because I know you're going to really appreciate the last stratagem in this, okay? It's accuracy under pressure. In your shooting phase, you select any Astro-Militarum unit in your army, and until the end of the phase, you get full hit rerolls.
That's you know, it's not bad strat.
I want to hit you with the follow-up part of it because you don't seem to understand.
No.
This is
no.
2 command points.
Oh, so you got Leo this. We can use it turn 1. Let's go, dude. Got Leo. What do you mean, dude? Spam that shit. Fucking over moment on 1 of your units. And you don't even get a plus on a wound. Nope. You spent 2 CP to have Ghetto off of moment on a single unit.
Yeah. So
But it's
overall,
any unit.
overall gamers, let's go to David first. Where we're looking at with this stratagem and enhancement package, where do you feel like this immediately ranks in terms of competitive viability?
This is like the 4th best way to play Baneblades.
What are the other 3?
I think Grizzled is best. Hammer, Siege, this.
Ooh, Siege.
Recon might be better. I like smoking my Baneblades for free. It's funny.
That's
Plus, you
fair.
can get ignore cover without spending CP and shooting with a Baneblade first. But Recon might be a better detachment for Baneblades than this.
Combined, they'll have lethals.
They
They
don't
don't
even have
get
lethals. They don't have squadron.
They don't gain Squadron.
Oh,
They
no,
just-
squad! Garbage.
Until that man hasn't played a combined game in a while.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, so overall, we've brought some of the brightest minds in the Imperium together to talk about how this detachment is completely dead on arrival in terms of competitive. So let's go. Let's go ahead and like pivot the conversation a little bit. Let's say let's say that there is a bounty. Games Workshop, Josh Roberts himself is coming down. And he's like, "Look, I will give you $5,000 and get a tattoo of a Baneblade if you can win Adepticon with this detachment." Let's go ahead and imagine this world, and we have to do that. What are some
Adepticon,
things we're
did you-
trying to look to make happen?
Yarick, and you just don't take a Baneblade.
you take what would be a standard Gauntlet, you add Yarick, and you ignore all of the synergies that you get from Beyblades. You just put it to one side, and
There's been-
just like Folger playing with Agents, where he doesn't really have an army rule, you can do the same thing, except you have an army rule. You've got
Yeah,
an
my army
advantage
rule
there.
is 2 CP Oath a moment, and I do that every turn with my bad Nemo recon list.
I will say there are a lot of games I play with recon where I'm like, I didn't need recon to win this game. Just 200 idiots did it, right? And so you just like don't play Baneblades. You just go.
Yeah. So if you were like trying to do it, with it like a little bit, right? I think there's opportunities where if you just played this without any of the Baneblades and just took like a couple of Thorns and took like a normal hammer list, it would be like, a high C tier army, right? It's still just a bunch of guard data sheets that are like there.
What classifies as C tier?
C tier is
Yeah, that
something
was
where
gonna
you
be
can
my
probably consistently go, you could probably hit a 50% win rate at GTs if you're a pretty good player already.
Well, I mean everything in the game is a C tier detachment, then, right?
Yeah.
So you actually mean F tier?
Well, that's what I was going to get at. I was like, what do you mean by the C tier?
Because
What do you mean by that?
Because like if you're like, dude, the guy with a 95% win rate got a 52 on this detachment, it wouldn't fly, and that's the argument you're going for here.
Look, this is a content stream. We gotta find something for the people. We gotta get the engines going a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
it's the melee Baneblade list, where you just look at a list and you're like, this can't deal with Baneblades touching them because they don't know about falling back.
Yeah.
This is the best way to do that.
So
There's
my
no way to
theory
pull back and
hammer,
shoot here, is there? There's like not a single way to pull back and shoot, right?
Not in this attachment.
not in this one. No.
But you don't care. You just shoot while in combat.
That is true.
God, so
Mhm.
terrible.
My theory hammer was, well, we're trying to make this work, so obviously we got to start with Yarick, right? And then I was like, well, how do we combine Yarick with the power of the Baneblade? And so I went with the Doom Hammer,
The
which
military
is
one?
like the only one that has transport capacity and can also not have a bad gun. And I was like, the best thing you could do is like, you don't want them to come near you, but your opponent also needs to kill Yarick or they lose the game. And so you just put Yarick right in front of the Doom Hammer and go, I'm going to react it back into the Doom Hammer if you charge me. And
play
that
some
was
recon.
the setup. What?
Oh no, because you can just D6. Yes.
He can D6 back into the boat. And so it was, and also you play Yarick because he gets to then get out of the Doom Hammer and issue both of the Bane Blades rather than having to take the Bane Blade enhancement or coming from reserves.
Gaming.
And this guy called me a recon player.
Dude, you just know how to read.
Yeah, it's the worst.
The curse of literacy.
Because the
How dare
reality,
you, dude?
yeah, the reality that we've kind of been hinting at towards this whole thing, if you're like, I like my Bane Blades, I want to make them work, is the reality of the Bane Blades is that you don't need what's here, right? You don't need to just like stand still and shoot. Bane Blades are some of the hardest hitting Titanics in the game in terms of points to damage. The issue with them is the footprint and getting it to do things. And so you'd much rather prefer something like Hammer of the Emperor, which can advance and advance shoot, fallback shoot, not advance and shoot, but the fallback and shoot is unrestricted, and then can still go through walls, which is why we're giving it so much shit. But if you want to build a Baneblade list that's meant to counter these things and actually not have to worry about this, you should lean into a lot more of the I don't want to get tagged, but I also need to go forward. And so you should play tools that look to, not have your opponent charge you or punish them for getting close.
Yeah. What I'm gonna say as well is that on some of what's it called, these 11 boards, dude, you can play Baneblades. Look, it looks like they can actually move. Also, you can't get alpha struck. Load up 15 or 12 or 18, whatever distance it is.
Mhm.
Well, no one
Fine.
else can get Alpha Struck. I can Alpha Strike with my 18-inch moving assault ramp Baneblade.
Very good.
When I feel good moving 18 inches forward right before the Space Marine player goes 37 and then still charges.
It's very powerful. Yeah. I think in general, like this whole thing, it's one of those things that screams to me this was built for Crusade players, right? This is the kind of thing where like I really want to play my cosplay of Fortress of Arrogance. Yarick's own Baneblade is going to do some cool things. And I think if you're already playing Crusade, if you're playing more narrative stuff, this is, you don't need to bring a competitive list to that kind of stuff. I think this is totally serviceable for those kind of things. But let's go ahead and cast a little bit of our speculation forward. We know that there's going to be different kinds of detachments that are 3 points, which is probably most of what we have right now. Some of them will be 2 points, where you can potentially pair them with a smaller thing, and then some of them will be 1 point. This one is so specific towards Baneblades and that kind of stuff. It's almost definitely not going to be a 3-point detachment. So let's imagine if we had a 1-point detachment of something else. What is something that we could possibly pair this to make it even kind of interesting? We'll go to David first.
If you take this and you take 2 Baneblades, if they give you an extra point, so you can take 4 points of detachments, that's an interesting pairing.
Hey, dude, if you cut your legs off, you get more points. Ignore the fact you're missing both your legs.
Wow.
Actual serious
No. So the point that he's making is that if you cut both your legs off, they actually give you another 2 legs.
Just like there's all of them. You can beat them up with them.
And they also give you crutches as an addition. So like, hey, you can have these 2 legs that you cut off, and here's some crutches to help.
Grizzled, like if you're playing Baneblades, they love Armor of Contempt, so there's no way Grizzled is going to let you pair with anything. That'd just be insane. But if they let you do that, that's good. I think some of the mech stuff synergizes with Transport Baneblades. So if this plus mech is legal, then when your Ogryn get out of your charging Stormlord, they get +1 to wound on the bolters, and then they definitely kill the scouts.
No, even if they smoke an AOC, really?
Maybe not. Never mind.
Well, they're going to let AOC either the Stormlord or the Ogre Nest. Clearly.
Yeah. Plus, there's 3 squads of Ogryns. They can only Armor of Contempt one of them.
It's true, because all 5 are already open, not one in front, and the other behind the wall.
You're gonna ask him really nicely to not pull those models. He's
doing?
gonna go to pull one of them, and you're gonna slowly slide a beer towards him and be like, no.
No, you keep that guy there. He's like, okay.
Yeah. All right.
If you keep him there, I promise I'll charge him.
Oh boy. All right.
This might be the most scuffed one of these I've ever done. This is awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting this one to be a little bit silly. I always like having David on for these ones. I was not allowed to have Nass and Gus in the same one because otherwise we would have even less focus.
Oh, dude, just behind it abuse him, non-stop, just actual abuse.
We would somehow have spent over 20 minutes talking about Nork and Scions in this call.
I know.
Yeah.
Look,
Nemo,
the Stormlord.
insane.
The Stormlord, you take Yarick and friends, they hop out, they go shoot something. At the end of the movement phase, you then shoot and then use the Stormlord to go back inside.
You can get no. You can give Yarick and his Scions full hit rerolls for 2 CP.
Dude, I love hitting on 2s with full rerolls as opposed to 2 reroll ones.
Yeah,
I did the thing again. No.
You can fix for sustain. Wait, I need to do that.
I think giving a real answer for what's right, because that is what Joshi is trying to go for here. I asked myself what would make me want to play this as opposed to just going Grizzled or Recon, and I do think it is in the ballpark of fallback and shoot, advance and shoot. I think if I could go 18 with Crash Through and still have those things, I'd start considering it. And so I think if we had something like Hammer, but it could hit Titanic, I'd be down.
I could see that. That at least becomes interesting. Well, I don't think there's... I was going to ask people a little bit, is like, what kind of crazy ideas that you thought you could bring in terms of list building, but it does really sound like play Yarick, assume you're 500 points down, and don't have a detachment roll, and that's kind of where we're at with this. So
okay, I sat down for like an hour and a half, and my solution was 2 Cadian bricks, Engine Seer with +3 move, 1 unit Krieg for scoring, 3 Engineers for scoring, 2 units of Death Riders for move blocking, and then the rest of the list was in scoring was the rest of the list was Banesword with the 2 Titanic orders, Doomhammer with damage rerolls, and then 2 Scout Sentinels so that we could still have the Grizzled reroll ones. That was my honest attempt at trying to make this detachment work. There
is also a somewhat cute Ogryn jail. you're backing it up with a Stormlord, so like the Bulgrim need to be really, really, really good.
I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
and
like
it's-
jail. I think that's like you're presenting your opponent a buffet, and you're like, you're locked in the disease. You don't worry, dude. You don't have 800 points to kill right in front of you. You're locked in your DZ, I promise.
and as we all know, everyone was playing Bulgrim before they had reroll ones.
Dude,
Well,
I
this lets
was.
your Bulgrim reroll everything,
It's
so.
No, it's only in shooting.
Take,
Oh no!
take the Grenadier Gauntlets! The Grenadier Gauntlet Bulgrin! Alright.
Grenadier Gauntlets. Dude, I have played for like 2 editions. I've not seen since 8th. I've not seen anyone take Grenadier Gauntlets from those guys.
And it
Ever,
was
to this
really
day.
close. I went to a Teams event not that long ago where someone was taking 12 Bulgrin, and we were looking through the list, and I messaged them and was like, hey, half of your Bulgrin have the Grenadier Gauntlet. Was that intentional? They go, oh god, no! And then they messaged it to you immediately after. That's the closest I've ever gotten to seeing them on the table.
Dude, to this day, like you used to take 9-man Bulgrin units that had a 3-up invuln and like had pluses to shooting, and you still took the Moors.
I took one Grenadier Gauntlet once because the TO was convinced you needed a gun in order to throw a grenade to be eligible to shoot. I know that's not how the rules work, but the TO was convinced, so I did it.
It was good.
Fair enough. With that, I do want to get in. I did ask some of my Discord YouTube members for questions to ask you guys. And the first one, I'm just going to go right down the list. And the first one from Nathan. Nemo, what's the Steelhammer Roundtable?
What's the what?
What is the Steelhammer Roundtable?
I think it's the friends we made along the way.
Perfect.
Dude,
Let's
why
see.
am I looking at this armor? Why is look how bad this profile is in combat, dude? I thought it was at least damage too. I guess I got some.
No,
It used to be.
That's why you don't kill Marines, because you add up 4 saves, they make 1 and only lose a guy and a half.
Dude, it's 6 attacks at 801 hit on 4. It's fucking garbage. What am I looking at? What are we doing?
All right. Kuchar asks, we'll
T13
go to Naz here. Do you guys think Steelhammer can make the Lehman Russ Commander more appealing?
Oh.
No?
And what does it give the commander?
So I do want to. That is one of the rules questions I have been seeing quite a bit. People have asked a lot. Does this detachment allow the Lehman Russ Commander to shoot on death while tagged? The answer is no. And the reason
Because
why.
they're both shooting phase.
Well, the more important thing is the same reason you can't Dark Pact while fighting on death. You were not selected to shoot, which is what actually triggers your ability to shoot like while in combat. So you still can't do it. So for that reason alone, the Lehman Russ Commander, I still don't think it's really got any play.
Dude, I forgot the Lehman Russ Commando was a data sheet. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's been such a long time, dude. It's
He's
been a
only
while.
235 points. I mean, he's a steal.
It's stealing my points away.
No, that could be 2 Bane. That could be like half a Baneblade each. Why would you do that?
It is more than half a Baneblade.
It is true. They did go down
the
quite
way-
a bit.
Dude,
Yeah.
the way that I see it is that for like basically in infantry squads more, you can have like a Cajun break, like a bodyguard.
But they can't shoot into combat.
And
That's
then they
true.
can fall back and shoot.
All right, David. We got another one from Kakigori Maple. What are some common traps or pitfalls you think people will fall for when building this detachment, and how do you avoid them?
Do I give the obvious answer? The obvious answer is selecting this in the drop down when building the list. Like, don't. I think the actual obvious pitfall is like too many Baneblades. If you really want to put 1 or 2 in, it's fine. 3
Too many
is
Bane blades.
it doesn't actually help more than like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair.
it's the same pitfall when like playing tank guard, right? Is it's like once you get past like 2 Dorns and 4 Lehmans, you've done too much, and 2 Baneblades are about that cost.
Yeah.
Two
All right.
Dawns and 4
Sorry,
Demons.
Josh, I just reached divinity when we were talking combos. So
Which
the
divinity?
best part for this, okay,
I'm ready.
is it hits squadron. So what we're gonna do is we're going to
no.
go to the Crucible book, and we're going to attach our Armored Sentinel Commander to a unit of 27 Cadians so that they get the squadron keyword and we can now shoot into combat. Crusade players at arms.
This is gonna be
needs
very,
fallback
very-
and shoot? Why would we take Graves when we can just shoot them anyway?
20 Cadians, Command Squad, Armored Sentinel Commander, Yarick, Nork.
Well, no, the best part is that because nobody plays Crusade, this will actually go probably on for like the whole edition before it gets fixed. It's like you could just do this. No one better than I.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I do want to have open a bit more fun one from Jeremy Crossley, who is saying that they are already planning to play this at a GT this upcoming weekend. So firstly, Jeremy, salute you. But they would like to ask, if you had to pick from all the Super Heavies to fuck, marry, and kill the Super Heavies, which one did you do? We're going to come to Nemo
Kill 'em
first,
all.
'cause I think this is most important.
So we're gonna kill the fucking Stormlord. It's the worst one by a mile. It is like Outback. I wouldn't even say goodbye before I pulled the trigger. Okay. It's like get it out of here.
Why'd you hit the Stormlord, dude? He's got he's got 40. No, he's got 20.
You don't even know what he does. He's got a 20-shot Vulcan Mega Heavy Bolter. That's what he does.
It's grade 6.
Dude, he's got 20 shots at strength 6 AP1, dude. AP1, damage 2.
So the Stormlord does have objectively one of the best data sheet rules in the game, but he has the worst Top Gun in the world. He has a start of your opponent's shooting phase re-embark, and so it's just like the best timing in the world. The obvious fuck goes to my boy the Banesword, because that is my favorite data sheet rule to put on the table. Looking at the Port Tau player and go, oh, your Riptide died? D6 on a 3-up is awesome. And then obviously the tried and true one that always works, that we got to marry to keep around forever, is the Storm Sword. Just mathematically the highest DPS of the Baneblade variants by a mile. It's got a cool ability that like does damage, but you don't have to play around it, and he just kills everything he shoots.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Nas, we're gonna come to you next.
He's looking up what the 8 of
All right,
them are.
we'll let him do that. We'll go up to David. We'll go to David.
No.
All right, back.
I got it. So, the classic old reliable, right? Everybody like when you think of Baneblade, you think of the actual Baneblade. So probably marry that one. You've known her for a while. This is like a childhood sweetheart. You know, that's the Baneblade. Then you have what's his face? I'm trying to find the name of it. It's terrible. It's just actually just the worst.
What does it do?
The fucking Hellhammer.
He doesn't know.
Oh, the hell!
No,
it already shoots in
Dude,
combat.
the Hellhammer. It's like, why is it? It's 46 at 712, dude. What are we doing? It's 7-1. It's 7 strength 7. It doesn't even
With
break the
MCP, you can reroll all 4 of the D6s though.
And
Dude, it's like-
it does ignore covers. The scouts still are on force after the AOC.
And it combos with the ignore cover strat because it ignores cover and something else.
No. See, the best part is like what's gonna happen is they're gonna AOC and then -1 to wounds, so you're winning on force. So you're like, it's strength 7. It's a Baneblade gun. It's strength 7. People doing the math right now.
But if I don't have my +1 to hit order because I had to move forward, and they do that, I should kill at least 3 of them. Oh, sorry, that was if I rolled max shots. I did assume I got 24 shots. Because 12 hits, 6 wounds, they fail 3.
Good job. See, terrible, dude. Actually, because when you're saying, oh look, the other variant has got this is worse. I just remembered this, and then I probably would fuck. What kind of shit? I'll be honest with you. Let's go. Let's just copy Nemo and say the Storm Sword. There we go.
There you go.
Easy.
Just like say a word and then say a sword, and it's probably one of them.
Probably.
Just say Game of Thrones title and it's a Baneblade.
All right, David. Same question.
Kill the Shadow Sword. The stupid 12 damage is just dumb. It should be strength 26, so it wounds everything on a 2.
Except the
It should be
stomp.
13 damage, so it can kill a Lehman Russ. And D3 +1 blast is just insulting. Get out of here.
You're gonna make a lot of people. You're gonna make a lot of angry comments. So I appreciate the dedication to the algorithm.
I know how to get you engagement.
It's got a strictly better Storm Surge cannon. It is strictly better.
Listen,
Yeah,
sometimes
but-
it's not all about maths. It's about vibes, right?
Yeah, the vibe is all wrong.
Yeah, the vibe is all wrong. It's like the fucking Hellhammer, dude. That thing's like that should not be a Beyblade variant. I'm sorry. Like that actually pissed me off now. Like why the fuck do we have? It's 40. The Lehman Russ has like a better roll, dude. The Lehman Russ variant with 2d6 is like a third of the points cost. And it's at least got -1 damage because it'll have cover. Like,
And the Shadow Sword doesn't even get dev wounds against everything. It's only monster vehicle. If you hit an Archon with a 6 on this gun and he rolls a 2, it does nothing.
tell him again. Tell him again. It sucks ass. At that point, the Stormlord does more damage. The Gatling cunt. Fucking that would be
That's true.
As for fuck, it's anything that has the old Demolisher cannon. They're still D6 plus 3, and I miss it.
Oh.
But I know that I'll never get to be with it
goes hard.
forever. Yeah. Mary
get that
is
away.
still. If anyone remembers Joshi's original Baneblade video, it's 3 Vanquishers and duct tape is the Baneblade I want to marry.
It's like the exact price of them too. It's like $435. Yeah, man, that's good.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably about right. Every single time someone's like, I'm going to take a super heavy, I was like, you could just take 3 Vanquishers and it'll be better. It'll do more. I know.
And they suck. And Vanquishers suck ass.
Okay. The real take here is that they don't suck ass. Vanquishers are actually undercosted, but it's okay because a lot of guard stuff is overcosted. Not outside of our infantry.
Yeah. All right. Nas, we're gonna come back to you. Why does the full reroll hits cost 2 CP?
Because they need to appease the Space Marine players somehow. Be like, look, guys, look how easy you have it. These fucking peasants. Do detachment 2 CP for get out of a moment. They don't even get plus on with. Fucking so dumb.
It's because God hates you. You individually who ask the question.
Exactly. They're like, what if we like release like a good strat, but like we just fucked around with them, made it 2 CP. You couldn't even use the 10 one unless they tickly on this. And they can't use anything else.
That's true.
It's
that's
so you
true.
can't combo that with Engine of Wrath imposing arrival, because that would just be too strong if you could do all of those for 3 CP.
It's crazy because we have a detachment with like this exact same setup that already doesn't see play, right? Like Siege Regiment has the if you're in half range full hit rerolls 1 CP.
Yeah.
No one plays Siege.
No.
Yeah. All right, David. I got one more. Coming from Hardrada, aka Will. Does the detachment do enough to overcome the movement vulnerabilities of the super heavy models? Would be good to get some insight looking at the new terrain. Are there any interesting builds without super heavies?
Does it overcome the terrain? I mean, like Wesley said, you can get over some crates that you couldn't before, but from what I've seen of the
not the crates, the whole ass
yes.
ruin.
Sorry, the whole ass ruin.
The whole
Or you can go
the small ruin, by the way. He does not mean the big ruin.
Yes.
And he means that tiny part of the small ruin. That part that specifically is the one.
Well, you can do the small ruin from outside the feature. If you're inside the feature, you can do the whole ruin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
maybe
Yes.
an 11th where
Yes, you
like the terrain is the objective, so you don't have to like get around objectives as much. You just look in and shoot everybody.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
That'd be great.
It would-
Because generally, I think was it called? Wesley said it earlier, but like the Baneblade variants actually, if you can actually use them normally, are actually not too bad. The issue is the practicality of actually fucking moving those things around and getting tagged. If you can, like in 11th, if we're seeing how the terrain actually works, maybe the actors actually play there because they do shoot real damn hard. They're not terrible. They're just shit in 10th.
And with
They do,
with
and
new
will
charge
continue to be.
rules, everyone's just going to be rolling 20 berserkers 12 inches and touching everything in our army. So this army rule is actually great because we're going to spend all of 11th edition in combat with berserkers. This is the only way we can do anything.
I mean, if you look at it from like a pure math standpoint, right? You're like you have your Rogal Dorn, and you're removing 1 Lehman from your list to give him like +6 wounds, +1 toughness, and like triple the guns. That's a good trade. It's like not actually that bad.
If you can move and shoot it.
Yes.
Yes, and so so from your like commenter standpoint of like what do I need to do is anytime you can look at the board and be like movement has gotten better, I can do this, I can do that, and that is more than what I could do before, test it. But if you look at it and you're like it's going to be harder, it's going to be worse, you're going to find very similar answers to what you've already found.
All right, the last one,
It's
I'm going
like,
to open this one to the floor as well from Zaid. in case this detachment is bad for super heavies, which it probably is, what would it take to actually make a viable super heavy detachment?
Well, indirect
the army
fire.
as well, please. Indirect fire. I like how you think.
Oh,
You're
God.
my boy. Dude, you know what? You've just given me a flashback to, I think, one of my favorite guard lists, which was back in like 8th, where my list was like an Imperial Knight, 3 Basilisk, 3 Manticores, 3 Demon Rhapsody, and 60 Guardsmen, and that was my list, and that was. And you had like the old grudges then, so you just picked a target and you had reroll hits and wounds, just to get something for the rest of for the whole game. And that's how you made super heavies good, because you had Imperial Knights. So that's the way to do it. You can allow allies and take Imperial Knights.
Take
No.
Canis Rex instead.
Take
What's-
Canis Rex.
Let's make the real fix so much more toxic. Let's take the detachment rule, scrap it. And the rule is for every Bane Blade you've brought to the table, you get to remove 1 piece of terrain after the first turn roll off.
Oh yes, your home field objective ruin. Be gone. Be gone.
I would play 3 Bane Blades if I could take 3 pieces of terrain off the
That'd be pretty
table.
So important question with WTC, with how like the angles point at each other. Can I spread a Bane Blade across 2 different terrain pieces, second floors, and get plunging with it?
There's probably some
I-
layouts where you could do that if you were allowed to.
Technically, if the runes were close enough to each other, yes, but they're not. Is it?
Aw. Okay, so 11th edition. Maybe if you can plunging
No,
fire the Bane
actually,
Blade.
you know
from the
what?
second floor.
I think on table 7, Crucible, I think you can.
Is that the Thunderdome?
But no, that's on search. Sorry, on search. But I think the issue is that you physically cannot put a Bane Blade anywhere apart from the back of your DZN, and it can't go anywhere. So in theory, you can put those in those middle runes. The issue is that you physically cannot get there unless you put a hammer. Oh no, you can't.
I think we've said a few times, but it does boil down to the mobility of the model for it to be playable. And if we're talking rules that are like better mobility than what we currently have, well, we have advance and shoot, we have fallback and shoot, we have shooting combat, we have +3 move, we have +3 move a second time, and we have move through terrain, and that still isn't enough, right? And so when you're asking yourself like, what would we need to like actually fix the detachment, we would be talking the level of comedy where we say it and people are laughing at it, because it would have to be something as simple as change the table, which is not, it's just silly, right? Have indirect fire, don't have ruins, move 36 like the Space Marines do, right? You
What
hit a
if-
point where it's just silly to hear.
What if imposing arrival were deep strike?
No.
Oh,
that playable?
or that, right? Yeah, but again, it's like in the level of silly where you hear it, it's like a Bane Blade's never gonna deep strike, right? The Bane Blade won't bad touch you in the middle of the table, you know,
Yeah.
until it does.
I have been, because I actually was taking super heavies to like GTs and teams events in the like first year of the edition fairly heavily, because it was all player placed terrain, right? It was all just like wide, super open tables, and if you went first, you would just kill people with it.
Yeah,
And
with
if-
your terrain. God, I
Yeah.
remember that.
And if you
Fuck
just
me.
had like these wide open tables, it was okay. But I honestly think the super heavies, I think like Grizzled was actually, if you wanted to play super heavies, it was not a bad detachment for them, because it is a significant damage output increase, especially since all of their heavy
all
bolters
those
are
guns.
twin linked. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is it just
Like-
can't move, and sometimes you go second, you can't hide, and your super heavy just dies when you
Right.
go second.
Yeah, which is generally why I think it'll be a lot better in 11, because when you actually look at some of those tables, it feels like you can actually put super heavies, move them, and shoot them.
Yeah.
And you also don't get you don't not get alpha struck. You're less susceptible to it. But like the things of the super heavies has never been the damage output. The damage output is like pretty good when you actually look at it. You point, like I would pay a lot of things in your like in my army, like 400 points, point something and kill it. And you can do that with super heavies. Like multiple times people will line up like multiple Rogue Dawns or multiple Russies to try and kill this one big target. You can do that with a super heavy. The issue is that you can't apply it where you need it to. And that's this part that sucks. Like it doesn't actually play the game.
Yeah.
It shoots a very small file lane that it can see and then doesn't play the rest of the game. And that's what makes it shit.
I remember
The only way to
I had a game at Tacoma Open where I was playing up against a super heavy, and it was a guard mirror, and he was playing a really odd recon with a super heavy list. It was kind of funny, but that game that I had was actually super close because one, he got it, he was able to put it in the middle, and he had enough other threats around the rest of the board where this was still D6+3 demolishers, where I still had to respect it, and I was never willing to just commit my entire army to just try and kill a super heavy through smoke and a 4-up invul engine seer. And because of that, the game was close because I was never willing to commit my army to gamble the game on that. But I think in anything other than that, it's just a matter of like, is it durable enough? Can you stat check your opponent with it? And I don't think there's really any other rules that could possibly change it, unless, like Nemo was saying, it became like comically hard to kill, right? If you just gave it like a 2-up invul, like, sure, right? Like, yes, that becomes a great way to play it. You just park an objective and say, can you move me? And a lot of people will be like, nope, I can't. So it comes to like this weird spot, but we are starting to get close to the hour, and I started want to open up. Are there any like things that you guys want to talk about in relation to Detachment? It could be about 11th, it could be about this edition, it could be about different terrain formats. David, do you have any hot takes or ways you want to take this?
If this is 1 point or 2 points and there's another tank boosting one, this might be worth it if you just ignore the word Titanic. Just because giving Russ's and Doran's fire into combat and fire out of combat might be worth it. But you're not taking this for Baneblades, you're taking it for like the detachment rule. Yeah, like the buff for Squadron is why you might take this, and the Titanic is flavor text.
Yeah, I think I would take this if somebody paid me like $500.
The Folger Piles bet.
Right. Yeah. Like, I think if somebody was willing to pay me, I would consider it if the event was important. Unless you were willing to pay enough money. Like, Folger Piles.
I mean, there's just a fundamental design flaw with Baneblades, right? The footprint's too large, and so you have to be okay with not like in our game that's balanced around line of sights and my turn, your turn, and drawing angles, right? Your thing that can't hide will never get to play that game. The only way for it to be fair is for it not to have to play that game. And so it either has to be too cheap or you don't feel bad for losing it, and we're not going to see 300-point Baneblades, or it has to be silly.
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah,
right?
that is the other thing. If the detachment rule was pay half price for Baneblades, this detachment's insane, right? But it's...
I wouldn't. You still can't use them.
Dude, if I could play 3 Baneblades for 600 points, I would do it, you know? But, yeah, this detachment kind of really, honestly, like really showcases a kind of a design flaw in Guard recently, where like everything is insane or horrible because there's very specific things that Guard needs to function. You either have them or you don't. You're either good or you're not, right? And that's been like all of Guard's detachments. There's like nothing that's like B tier unless it has some of those things, but not all of them. Like Bridgehead, you have rerolls, but like not the good ones, right? But then you have like Grizzled and Recon, and sometimes Hammer, which like have actual rules that solve the issues that Guard have, and those see play. And it's like kind of like a unique Guard problem because the other armies have rules that get around it, right? Like Nids doesn't care that they don't have fallback and shoot because they're a melee army that has a little bit of shooting, right? And so there's just like an inherent design flaw where half the stuff that Guards get is just useless. And it's interesting from a design perspective to see all that.
And by interested, I mean it sucks.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That's maybe it's very interesting. I'll just translate that from you. That's from PG to real time.
Look, the reality from a Guard perspective is all of our stuff is really good, but it's easy to get punished, right? Like if you compare our data sheets to other armies' data sheets, our stuff is off the walls insane.
Yeah, it's great because you can also buff with orders.
Yeah,
like orders are
I
like.
love. Yeah, but I love to bully poor Trent because every time he's like, dude, my Poxwalkers are 120 points. And I go, yeah, well, at least yours have the same amount of special weapons as my Cadians do. And every time he's just like, he loses it, right? But like, our stuff is cheap, our stuff shoots hard, our stuff can have his characteristics modified, which is objectively an amazing mechanic. But we don't have fallback and shoot, we don't have advanced and shoot, we play like an honest front to back army. And so we have broken data sheets that need rules to function, albeit usually conditional rules, and so you either have those or you don't, and then you're either good or you're not.
Yeah, that sums it up really well. I was having a fun conversation not long ago about Guard, where it feels like Guard is one of those armies that kind of collapses when piloted by a lot of weaker players. in a way that's kind of almost like lore accurate because it's a very easy army to rout, right? Like as soon as the front line crumbles, as soon as you lose access and they get through the lines, the entire army just ceases to function. And the game gets very bad very quickly, which is, I think, kind of what we're getting to with this whole thing is this has absolutely no way to deal with anything going wrong, right? If you can just stat check people with your super heavies, it'll be fine. But that's more the super heavies are being super heavies more than anything that you put on top of them. I don't think there's really any reason to play this over Hammer or Grizzled or even, Siege is a bold take there from David, but it's like still on that kind of like level of where we want to do it. It's definitely a spot where we probably will never see this played competitively by anyone seriously trying to do well. But I actually want to make a quick question for you guys. Do you think there's about 6 months of 10th left? Do you think we will see at least one 5-round event won with this detachment before then?
No.
Like a game or the event?
One event. It could be like a 20-person event. Maybe it's Nemo at like his, very small local.
I was gonna say, are you gonna pay Nemo or Nas to do that?
Well, so that was gonna be my wise ass response. I was gonna be like, yeah, dude, it's Nas after he gets $500 to go play it in China.
I did 100%. Dude, I've got a super major in 2 weeks, and like for the right price, I can put those on the board and not move them.
Show up, concede every game.
I'll make the Iron Hands Imperial Fists analogy from 9th edition, which was like Imperial Fist was like an okay, decent detachment that actually like was well deserving of an above 50% win rate. The problem is Iron Hands existed, and any player who wants to genuinely win a game was gonna play Iron Hands. And this is the same thing. It's anyone who actually wins this tournament, I'm going to immediately ask the question of why did you cut your legs off, right? Like why are you using crutches? Why are you choosing to not win your games? And if it's for fun, sure, cool, man, awesome, you do you. But that,
yeah. How dare you have fun? Okay, man, who do you think you are, scumbag?
Hey man, I'm gonna ask the question then, Ness. Why aren't you playing Recon? Huh? Got him. Okay.
Here's 2 extra legs in case we needed them.
Dude, I love playing Ultramarines. There we go. That's just so much fun. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Yeah. Dude, it was so awesome having Nas go into my table every time and go, why aren't they killing you? And every time I'd be like, because they can't. They cannot kill me.
I don't know. Dude, because they're not trying hard enough. That's why. It's just, if you can't kill the little puny human that has a free up save with cover, then your army sucks, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
He's looking at my poor opponent with 3 Atroposes and 2 Lancers and being like, why can't you kill him, man? Why isn't he dying?
Oh, that was Brad. That was Brad. I love giving him shit. I was like, because he's thinking about because he knew the penguin was gonna happen before the game, and I was like, yeah, bro, just fucking kill him. He just looked at me and was like, still good dead. I was like, dude, just kill him and don't die. What do you mean? He's already got melters everywhere and fucking mines and the horses. You'll be fine, dude.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I will say I would not be surprised if I saw this attachment win at GT. I would genuinely be surprised though if I didn't recognize the name of the player who did it.
Someone pay Folger. $100.
I still know who Fulcher is. Like,
that's true.
I actually have a prediction that if we do see this win, it's going to be in like 2 weeks when Sifon plays it over in China.
Oh yeah, because it's China.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They got a couple of players, but yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's gonna be a known it's gonna like an internationally known player is gonna do it, and they're just gonna do it because it's fun. And I think that's probably really about it.
Anything I can do to make Clifton hate me, though, I'll keep trying.
Make the entire country of China hate you. Good luck with that.
No, I will say, for the sake of not getting burned alive, the good players in China are actually very, very good. But there is, I at least in the reading I've done looking at stats, the top end of Chinese players has an insane disparity between the lower end of Chinese players, to like a degree that is like kind of weird actually when you compare it to other countries' top ends and low ends. You know,
they play Warhammer, they don't.
Yeah.
There we go. Just like
fair.
Nemo goes to local RTT. Guy finished painting his first army.
Oh boy, Naz, I have a lovely picture I'll show you sometime of when I played like a 13-year-old at a GT,
Oh,
and his
no.
father just watched me beat him 100-10.
You know what? That would never beat. Was it cool? I think it was the first GW event that we had over here in Manchester. It was like in 2020 or something, or 2021. I think it was sometime just after COVID. Well, actually, this is like round 7 or round 8 of the GW event, right? And Ines is playing with a literal child because his opponent had to drop because Boris had to drop. So they paired him into a literal child that wasn't even part of the event for that round.
That poor
And
child.
and then it was it could. I remember this interaction. One of the guys was like, and be gentle to him, and then it was like, no, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. It's just like, and I was just like, this is great. This is. And the finals ends up being, by the way, David vs him having to play. So this is like was an actual event. It's like fucking round 7.
What a
And this
world
was
we
an
live in.
actual
Well,
challenge.
You have to understand, I need 100 points for tiebreakers. You've got paired into me by accident, you know?
Dude, unlucky, dude. Such a suck.
Yeah.
Get
well,
over here.
before we go too far down this, I do want to make sure we close this out for everybody else, so it doesn't just go on for forever. So before we
Child
go,
abuse is bad.
one more time.
Child abuse is bad.
Oh, that's what he said. Okay.
Hot takes. Dave, do you have any closing thoughts on this detachment?
Child abuse is bad.
Damn right.
You are your own child. Do not abuse yourself with this one, Nemo.
I think I'm gonna go with child abuse is bad.
Nice.
No.
We all know it. We know it. This
I
is
think-
why we'll go.
Yeah, I think the genuine hot take that someone probably needs to hear just for the sake of hearing it is we're obviously shit talking an insane amount about this detachment, right? But also we obviously all got into this game because we were silly little autistic nerds who were like, that looks cool. I like guns, right? And so if you're looking at this and you're like, man, I really hoped they'd say a few more positive things about that. I think the fact that you're in that mindset, just play it. If you think you're going to have fun with it, put it on the table, have fun with it, right? We're talking about a lot of just like really hyper niche, like high level things about how this model has fundamental design problems that break the detachment. But those things aren't going to be true in the game, right? You can show up to a teams tournament, play into some poor Imperial Knights player, and just kill him. And those games are going to feel fun and you're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Just because we don't think this is going to win a major doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that it isn't for us and we aren't interested at the high level of how Detachment plays, but there's more than just the high level to the game, right? There's multiple tiers of skill level and skill expression.
He's lying.
Yeah, I did want to close out with that.
He's like that. That's bullshit. Wait a minute. Like, Tony, that's bullshit. Don't believe that, dude. I can't switch. Dude, I've got a little switch in my head. I can't switch it off. Neither can you. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Until Nas plays Recon Guard, know that he's also in this exact same boat.
Dude, I played Recon Guard. I refuse to keep playing it unless. I've already told my team I will play Recon for WTC, and I will refuse to play for anything else. You can
Understandable. I do want to echo that off of Nemo, like what he said. This is kind of the nature of the Joshi 40K channel, right? I go out of my way to bring in some of the highest level players that I can to talk about these kind of games, to talk about all this kind of stuff. And David Purcell, right? You know, Nas is an international level champion. Wesley has not yet had an opportunity to go win WTC yet, but he's got a very real chance to do it. David Purcell is one of the strongest players in the United States in Guard. I would like to think I'm starting to get up there as well. We are looking at this from a very different perspective than most of your players. If this is something that looks like fun to you, go play it. Realistically, like the worst detachments in the game have like a 40% win rate, right?
Yeah, do look at Gladius.
Right? You're still going to win 2 of your 5 games at a GT with this kind of thing. It is okay. It's going to be okay to have fun, but it is not going to be the kind of thing that you're going to do if you're trying to optimize. Go ahead.
I can tell you, admittedly, the bet may have been a side part of it, but Fulcher playing Imperial Agents at Adepticon was one of the more fun tournaments he has had. Sometimes you just put on the table and say, hey, it is what it is. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, dude, your damage is like gaslighting your opponent. It's the best. It's like, yeah, dude, get over here. These agents.
That Blood Angel Lord Redeemer needs to say, over there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like, listen, dude, I still remember watching that game. Like, his opponent moves up and just like, then turns to him like, he's going to come out, he's going to get him. Stays right there. I'm just like, Right, game's done.
Dude,
Yeah.
the absolute best part about that game is we're in a Team USA voice call. We're all watching this game because this is the game that decides if he makes several $1,000s. And just listening to the two guys who had put money on the line, going, "What the fuck? What the hell? What is he doing?"
Dude, I was with I was going with Brian to watch Project Hail Mary that night, and I was just like, dude. Brian was just like, I'm not happy. What the fuck is going on here? It's just like,
Yeah.
just lost $1,000. That was great.
Well, off of that, gamers, thank you guys so much for tuning into this. I hope you guys had fun. Amaze. We'll see you guys all next time.
Amaze.